Welcome for today's session. So in our today's session, we will discuss an most important application of operational amplifier. So that is 555 timer. So 555 timer. I hope you have heard this name 555 timer. Okay. So I am going to define this 555 timer. It is an highly stable. It is an highly stable timing circuit. It is a highly stable timing circuit which produces accurate and highly stable timing delays. Okay, and in a simple way I'll tell. So it is a highly stable timing circuit which produces delays. Okay. So now, as far as features of 555 timer are considered, so 555 timer having features, it has an supply voltage capability varying from 5 volts to 18 volts. So that means we can vary the voltage from 5 volts to 18 volts. When I come to this next one, it has an flexibility in adjusting the duty cycle, that is on time and off time. We'll see that when you see the output voltage waveform. So next one is it is having a capability, as I told, highly stable timing delays. It has provides timing delays from microseconds to some hours. Okay. This device, 555 timer device, is highly reliable. It is very easy to use and it is of lower cost. Okay. So now in the last one, this is very important. It is having a load driving capability of around 200 milliamperes. That means it is having a capacity up to 200 milliamperes of current it can withstand. Okay. So this is about the features of 555 timer. Now what is this 555 timer? It is always available in an IC, 8-pin IC, a 14-pin IC, 8-pin package. So now we will discuss a simple 8-pin package. First we will discuss pin diagram or the connection diagram. Then we will look into internal schematic of 555 timer in the name block diagram or functional diagram representation. Okay. So now this is your 555 timer which is having 8 pins. Pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 is ground, 2 is trigger, 3 is output, 4 is reset, 5 is control, 6 is threshold, 7 is discharge, and 8 is VCC. Okay. So we will discuss this pin diagram with each pin consideration, what is its functionality. Then we will move on to internal schematic discussion of 555 timer. Okay. So now pin number 1, ground. Now all the voltages or all the connections are made with respect to this ground connection. Okay. So I come to the second pin. It is an trigger. So trigger means externally an supply is going to be given, a pulse is going to be given, a negative going pulse is going to be given, which is used and given to the 555 timer, such that the output of 555 timer is dependent on the applied voltage of triggering voltage. Okay. So when I come to the output, we can load the output in two different manners. One connecting pin number 3 with respect to ground, again pin number 3 connecting with respect to VCC. Now this is just to maintain the load of the load or current driving capability of the transistor that is connected inside the 555 timer. Okay. So now come to the fourth one. This is reset pin, most important in 555 timer. Now suddenly if the 555 timer gets charged and instead of discharging, or any distractions that are going to be caused to the 555 timer, that entire thing is going to be bifurcated by making use of a reset pin. Okay. So now come to the fifth one. This is a control voltage given externally to this pin. This control voltage, as name itself tells, control. It is going to control the two important voltages, that is threshold voltage and trigger voltage. By varying this, giving some voltage from externally, I can vary the output waveform of the 555 timer, or I can vary the delays that are going to be generated. Okay. So when I come to the threshold, now this is the most important part of 555 timer. Depending on this threshold voltages, the internally part connected two comparators are going to be worked. So either a comparator is going to be produce high or low voltages depending on the threshold voltage whatever I am going to apply, obtained from this particular pin number 6. Now this pin number 7 is connected through a transistor internally. This particularly used to monitor the voltage across the capacitor. So not a voltage across the capacitor. This threshold, pin number 6, is specially used to monitor the voltage across the capacitor. Now this is used to discharge the voltage of the capacitor, and this is the volt VCC which is going to be connected for this particular 555 timer. It is plus 8 volts, 5 volts, 10, up to 18 volts I can vary over here. Okay, so this is an schematic, simple schematic pin diagram of 555 timer. When you come to block diagram or functional diagram of 555 timer, all the parts are elaborated with internal structure, which consists of 3 5 kilo ohm resistors in the connected in the form of potential divider rule, and 2 comparators, comparator 1 and comparator 2, connected to some pins, pin number 6 and trigger pin 2. There is one flip-flop resistor, set reset flip-flop resistor over here, which is performing the control operation of the output from the threshold voltage or triggering point. Another one is the output stage. It is an output stage where inverter is kept or using a power amplifier, where inverted output is going to be produced. There are two transistors Q1 and Q2. One is connected to the reset just for making the 555 timer to get reset. One transistor Q2 is used with reference to some reference voltage. If necessary, it is going to be used. A Q1 transistor is used to monitor, to charge and discharge the capacitor over here. Okay, so now this is the diagram of 555 timer. If we are going to in detail study this particular thing, the entire operation starts with this particular 5 kilo ohm resistor. Now since there are 3 5 kilo ohm resistors connected in the potential divider path, I hope so this name is obtained as 555 timer because of these 3 5 kilo ohm resistors. Okay, so now come to the point. This, since it is an potential divider path, so applied voltage is going to be obtained as 2/3 VCC given to comparator 1 and 1/3 VCC given to comparator 2. This is the most important fixed voltages which are connected to this particular supply. Depending on this only, the comparator is going to go high or low. Okay, so now coming to the operation, initially the 555 timer is stable. It is highly stable. Indirectly I am saying it is highly stable means Q bar is 1. So set reset flip flop, Q bar is 1. The Q bar is 1 connected to the output stage, which is inverter, produces the output is low. So indirectly I am saying initially the output is low. Okay, so now the voltage applied, let us say it is now triggering voltage is applied, negative triggering voltage is applied. Now till that it will be low, output is low. Now as soon as the triggering voltage becomes 1/3 VCC, the comparator 2 goes high. Comparator 2 goes high, which is an operational amplifier, goes high such that it is connected to S. So S means 100%, Q becomes 1. Q becomes 1, Q bar becomes 0. Now as soon as Q bar is 0, you can observe it is an inverter, it becomes high. The output goes high. Output goes high. So this is the concept when you are going to apply for trigger comparator 2. Now if the triggering voltage becomes 2/3 VCC, now suddenly it becomes 2/3 VCC. Now since 2/3 VCC, this potential divider is connected to comparator 1. Now this goes high. Now you can see reset is high. Reset is high means Q is 1. Sorry, Q is 0. Q is 0, Q bar is 1. Now Q bar is 1, output stage inverter 1 becomes 0. So that is when comparator 2 was working, I was having on time. When comparator 1 was working, I was having off time. Okay, so now meanwhile, when comparator 2 starts working, I told Q bar is 0. So Q bar is 0 means this transistor will be in off condition. It will be in off condition means open. So that means the capacitor is not going to be discharged. The capacitor starts charging. It starts charging. Okay. So now starts charging 1/3 is then 2/3 is comparator 2. Comparator 1 comes into picture. So I got Q bar as 1. So Q bar as 1 means this transistor is turned on means it acts as a switch, short circuit, due to which it is connected to pin number 7, which is a discharge pin. So capacitor discharges through this particular pin, pin number 7 with respect to ground. Okay. So this is the operation. There are two important things in this. One is generating output waveform, then monitoring the charging and discharging of the capacitor to this particular pin over here externally. Is that clear? Okay. So comparator 2 is responsible for producing on time of the operation. Comparator 1 is responsible for off time of the operation. And when comparator 2 is existing, now the transistor will be in off condition. It charges the capacitor. When comparator 1 is in position, So output becomes short circuit, Q1 becomes short circuit to produce discharging of the capacitor. So this is the overall internal connected diagram of 555 timer, where it is performing the operation of producing output waveform and charging and discharging of the capacitor. Okay. So in this particular session, I hope so you have understood what is 555 timer, its pin diagram and its block diagram details. Right? I hope you have followed this. In the next session, you will see there are two different modes of 555 timer. One is unstable mode, another one is monostable mode. Okay. Thank you.